All right. Is there a problem with the audio here? Oh man. Is there a problem with the audio here? No, there's not. Good. Alright. So last time I sort of finished this. I'm kind of happy with it. Kind of happy with it. Uh, It is an interesting looking thing. And it kind of, here's the thing, I was trying like, how can I get it to actually work having two levels? And in a sense, it's kind of like, it's on the cusp of not having two levels, but it does. So that's the rules, right? Two levels and we need stairs. But however odd that is what we've got for that. Um, so I think the only ones left at this point are the... wait, did we do a second squid house? Oh yeah, of course we did. Yeah, so it went squid, cod, pufferfish, parrot, right? And then that was it. Yeah. So now comes the next pufferfish. So this thing is an interesting thing. I mean, yeah. Did I make sure I put this in Minecraft? Yeah, it is in Minecraft. Okay, good. The diorite actually looks pretty good on it. What my other options are. I could do granite. Yeah, there was no walls and no stairs. At some point I will incorporate walls and stairs, but not today. We've actually got a lot of slabs. I did it on the pig house, now I think about it. Maybe we could try something with andesite. Andesite never gets much. I mean, the slab on andesite is good. Okay, so let's start working. I feel like I had an idea. Um, Surely it's not errors again. Why would there be errors this time? We'll see. It's just streaming is such a bloody nightmare. I'd be easy just making videos all the time, but sometimes I just can't be bothered and I just want to stream. Um, I'm hoping with YouTube Studio they start to improve the streaming. You know, at least for people with good computers like myself. It was an interesting thing on the side there. All right, let's think of a place we're going to put this thing. I'm not going to. We might do something different with the whole face on the buildings. I want to like move away from this a little bit as we move into the third phase. I was thinking the third phase might still be two-story places, but we'll see. So, where would we like to go? I think The thing is, I like to make sure that we don't put each house too near. So this one is really on this side of things, so it would make sense to put it right on this side of things, maybe near the squid house, or even you know what, maybe, well, there's a squid house there and a squid house there, so it's going to be near this one squid house or the other. I'm thinking maybe in this section here. This hasn't been really looked at much. Did I carve out an area? It looks like I have done. Maybe that's just how it was. I'm not sure. Well, this looks like as good a place as any, right? We can't see the. This is going to be a big one now, I think. I just got a feeling I'm going to make this one quite big. Let's use like. Yeah, we'll clear out an area in this quadrant here, and we'll start from about here. So, can we see? It's time to try. Which one is it? The only bad thing about a new computer is you can't just press F3. I'm trying to remember what the button was. Isn't it function F3 maybe? Yeah. I know my Java is rubbish. I'm not sure if I need to change it or not. So this is north towards negative Z. So these are both negative coordinates. So function F3. Okay. So we'll do a fill of U, U, and U. And then we're going to go minus 20. And then we're going to go 15. And then we're going to go minus 20. And we're going to put in air. Let's just check how big a size that was. We didn't actually even go high enough. I thought 20 would be enough, but it's probably not. Let's go much more than this. Let's go... We'll go 40 instead. 40. And this can be instead 20. No, that's not bad. Can I do 18 there? Oh well. Yeah, that's more substantial. Let's go a bit deeper as well. Just get rid of that layer down a bit. I really do want this to be quite large though. I'm just thinking like it's probably going to be like a more rectangular sort of house. So in this direction, function F3 is Z, so the other one is X. Okay. So if we increase the X a bit, so that's probably a bit too far. Well, you know what I could do. If I just go like this, right? Yeah, that's working. Well, of course it would. Should we go even further? Yeah, let's go even further. So we're just wait a minute, no. I'm gonna go like a little bit more to like about there. Okay, that is a pretty large area. It's larger than I normally do. But we're going to have to build quite a large thing here, so... We're going to make this a big one, I think. So what we want to do now is we want to make sure that every block here is grass. We could go one up here. I'm not even sure I want to do... maybe I do, I suppose. Oh, well, not that. Oops. That's the wrong one though, isn't it, really? Once you do that, I think it does work, right? I always forget the no, it's not, yeah. You have to do the -1, right? Do we want it to be down here? Yeah, we do. Yeah, I think if I do -1 on both, it will work properly. Oops. Yeah, but now I've gone too low. So now if we go here, we just go down here. Nope. That's not what we wanted to do. Damn it. Right. You sort of have to do it like this, don't you, really? Bit more. We actually accidentally get right to the end. Looks alright actually, doesn't it? It's not looking bad. I know I could. Don't want to forget this, right? We have to do that now, do you? Good. Okay, just thinking, like, is there anything we can do that might make things, like, a little interesting here before we start? I do like my coral blocks, to be honest. There's just not enough, really, to really, like, that's what was good about that upgrade aquatic mod, is that it had a lot more coral blocks and stuff. Oh, you know what I need to do is... the end. Looks alright. Alright. You know what's interesting is that if you did a... let me just look at the coral. I mean... Because if we're going to try and do like a very formulaic house, it might be interesting to do something not so formulaic. I just want to go back and take a look at this pufferfish again. Think about the sort of colours that we might want to use. What sort of palette? So, I mean, I sort of know what I did already. Did I change the pick block key? Are we on? I think I may have used it. I used I. It was either I or... There we go. So we look at... these are like the blocks that we might want to use. But maybe not. Maybe not. We did use those sorts of colours. It's not a bad palette, to be honest. I can see why I used these. I was anticipating building a wooden building though this time. These are not bad colours though. They're the ones that have sort of I guess sometimes you just want to take the first block you look at. You can see why I used the various other colours to match them. It's not going to be quite as strong as that, but I think that's a good little insight into the palette, right? And again, it's like I said, I'm not going to do the face first. But yeah, we've got this nice large area. We could fit a decent thing in here, I think. Do we want to use a coral block as a base though? Funnily enough, the bubble one does seem to stand out. If we made this whole floor into bubble coral blocks. Now let's look at wood then. Which wood is really gonna... I do like my acacia. Acacia would fit in, I think. Because you see why I'd normally do that. I would do dark, and then it would be oak wood for the... I think if the flooring is going to be this, we're going to do something interesting with the flooring being all purpley, I think. But, let me think. Acacia is going to be strong, right? And we don't actually have to use... Yeah, maybe. Maybe instead of doing the contrast between dark and light, I can still do a dark and light, but the light... I mean, then that would imply birch there, wouldn't it? But if you see it in like a grayscale thing, if you look at grey, I mean, this is probably the light grey, right? It's closer to that. I mean, it's somewhere in the middle, I suppose. It's not really... Because the thing is, to be honest, my initial thought was this was actually the dark one. Like if you have these two next to each other, they don't complement each other that well. Something like that may complement it better. The problem is that often the concrete powder looks better. This actually is more the same colour. My favourite light grey terracotta. I don't know, maybe we won't do the grey. Maybe I should just keep this palette as it is. So we do the bubble on the floor, right? Because what we could do, for instance, the way I'm thinking it, well, I guess we got andesite, didn't we? We said earlier at the beginning we wanted to do andesite. So we'll do the bubble on the ground, the acacia and the andesite, acacia main accent for andesite, right? Yep. Acacia main accent andesite. I mean, and that's about it, really. Okay. This is going to be bizarre. To try and do it all from a floor of bubble coral, it seems very unusual, but we're going to have to try it because that's what I tend to do. Okay, let's make sure that we're going to get this bit right. -1. So if I did -1, I just want to check I'm getting this in the right place. We'll make sure we do, yeah, we'll do acacia logs. No, that's not what we want. Why is it doing it like that? And that was -1, -1. Yeah, we need it to be underneath this. For some reason that is... Oh yeah, -1 is what you're standing on. So we do -2. -2. And then we put this as acacia log. It should be... Yes, okay. But now if we do it... yeah, we have to put the water in first, right? So this time we'll do water source blocks. What's the options here with water? Level? Huh. So is that all water underneath? It looks that way, right? Alright, and then with here we're going to want the bubble coral, right? Bubble coral block. Okay. It is very strong, isn't it? Wow. It isn't really meant for this, but oh well. I mean, every other colour we've got. I'm just checking that everything's going to work alright. It looks like it's staying. We're going to have to use the other colours to make it less strong. But whatever. Alright, so what we'll just do is to make this simpler on myself, we'll just go to the very edge here. We'll do the water command again. And then we'll do that one. So I know I've gone too far, right, obviously, but... Okay, so there's our base of bubble coral, right? It's so strong. I can't believe I've done it this strong. Wow. Look how bright that is. That is crazy. Is that really what I want to do? I almost want to try fire coral instead. Fire coral probably would go better with acacia. Let's try fire coral instead, because it's so simple to do it, just to see what the differences are. I think fire coral will work better. And honestly, I do kind of prefer red as a colour to purple, if I'm being honest. Okay, we'll stick with fire coral. Because we've got oranges, we've got yellows, we've got a cyan, and we're going to have all our acacia blocks as well, which will go in nicely. So we need to build something which is going to be. Now, I mean, the thing is, I also think, like, do I want the flooring inside to be the same as the flooring outside? It's something that you don't normally think of doing, right? Like, I wonder, like, if you just put red carpet on it. It's one way of doing it. Interesting. We could do. Either way, we're going to need to build everything out of acacia wood. So, I think we'll try the block, the proper block. So, one of the things I often want, you know what, I think we will just, it's always like, do you want to build it into the ground or not? Building into the ground does make more sense. So what I could do is just try and get a shape for it. Okay. 4. We go here. And then path outside. No. Let's make sure we're going diagonal from the corner here. The path here, maybe. This, I think, is going to be more of an experimental build, for sure. Because you see, the interesting thing is this really doesn't go with the grass. That's why it has to be a path, I think. You see, with a path, it does go much better. So we'll keep all this at path. Go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, maybe. Oh, we could do that. I'm not sure. Let me just check this one first. Just getting the corner here is kind of interesting to get. Yeah, it has to be there. Then we do an internal here and here. Okay, it's nicer. It's still, we still want one here though. Yeah, that makes it a little bit easier. We can do one here, one here. And then just continue down here, right? Just to give a little something to it. However, the problem is now, right? This is now too near. Okay, so we're going to go 1, 2, 4. So yeah, we need to have we obviously want to have straight lines at this point. Okay, so we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's do a straight line all the way down to the end. I am a bit near the wall, but we can always change that if I want. This is going to take me forever, this build. I can just tell. So what we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're here, right? So that should be bookended. Yeah. Right? And so we'll be able to do a similar thing on the path. We'll do that exact same path. Alright, so we got to this stage. It's not really a huge stage to get to. I'm just thinking, like, what about just how many do we want to have? I want to have a walkway in the middle of it. I really like that. I can't remember I saw a building that looked like that. I want a walkway in the middle, and I also there's something interesting I want in the walkway in the middle. I think. Yeah, this is the edge, right? This is actually going to be difficult to measure this length here. Say we have a 4. Do we want a 4? Yeah, I think we have 2 sections. So there needs to be 2 sections, and then the walkway in the middle. So say the walkway in the middle was like here, right? Just for example. Then we would need to have like, it would need to be like 2 sections here. So for instance, say we have a 3 here, then we could do a 3, 4, 5 there, and then a 3, and then a 5 there. It's not enough though. There needs to be like a 7 really. Or even like a 9, to be honest. To have to be able to get the scale, it would have to be even bigger than that. 5, 6, 7. Let's do an 8. I think working with even numbers is actually better in a lot of ways. Because if you think about it, if you're trying to do something symmetrical, I don't know. To be honest, I don't really see the difference between even and odd. There seems to be like a lot of different reasons to do both. So I'm not sure we're going to really focus on that. Alright, so we've got 3. I wonder if I can turn the sound of the water off. That might be interesting to try. Ambient environment, maybe. Still can hear it, but I think it is being muted. No, maybe not. I mean, how that is not the environment, I don't know. But anyway. So let's try an 8 here. There's no point then, is there really? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, is that an 8? 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's an 8. And then we'll do like a gap of 3 maybe. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looking at the scale of that, I think that's going to be just about right. So we'll try that. So we have now 1, 2, 3. So yeah, we'll do a little combination of odd and even. Why not? Just want to. Yeah, it is literally from the end here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. The problem is I need to build this path out on the other side. I wonder if I can just replace everything in a line up to the end. I need to get better at doing this sort of thing. So we look at this, we're looking towards positive x. And then towards positive z. It's going to be tricky. Let's have a look. So we definitely want to work at level... Yeah, it is -1, right? Yes. So just to clarify this. So we're looking towards positive x. That's the one that needs to be big. Okay. Yeah, so -40. But this is only going to be like -1. Wait. Just to clarify. Wait. No. Positive x and positive z. Is this where we're looking? Okay. So we're looking towards... And then this needs to be like 1, right? I think that's right. Let's just do... just try something quickly. Let's just put a bubble here. Not a column. Coral block. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, it did work. Why did it go off there? Well, either way doesn't really matter. That is basically right there. Somehow I got... Alright, so this will be a path, right? So we should be able to do a grass path here. It's doing that one for some reason. I do get confused between these two, unfortunately for me. Either way though, that is going to work. And we'll just do like 10 here. Okay. Whether we want to... I now need to remember how I did this. 1, 2, 3, and then... It basically goes 1, 2, 3 on the back end, and then 2, and then 1. So then what? 2... 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so there's 3. I'm talking about the coral blocks on there. And then 2. Yeah, so forget about the grass for a minute. There's 3, there's 2. No, it's this way around, isn't it, of course. So it basically goes like that, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we've only got... And this edge is what? So on the one where there's 1, so we do 1 and then there's 3 grass blocks next to it. I know this. I really should be able to just know this by memory. So there should be 3 here, right? Is that right? Looks kind of right. For some reason I think it's wrong. Maybe not. This doesn't look that great either. 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Oops. That is basically correct, isn't it? Yeah. And then you just carry on. Maybe I've gone too far. Goes 1 over the path, right? Yeah. I've gone too far. So that is that. Correct. Looks right to me. Okay, so that's good. Alright, so we established we wanted to do a 3. You just have to hope for the best, to be honest, because you're dealing with so many different measurements that you can always like the thing is, right, there is actually the way you cheat in this is that you just change the length of the central column. Because the thing is, if you've got a walkway in the middle here, like this walkway, it doesn't matter what this length is because there's only one of them. Whereas with 2, you can't have them different lengths, right? Alright. So yeah, so just to clarify, it's 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's try to do the same on the other side here. Let's remove this block as well, because this is it's not really particularly helpful. Yep, that's fine. Now, where was I coming for the 1, 2, 3 off on? For some reason I'm doing it on this level. Okay, well, whatever. It's just a 1 gap here. 1, 2, 3, and then I put it down. And this is where I'm going. Yeah, so we're doing 8s. So sorry, this is just away from the path, right? One, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's not. Why is it doing that? Okay. Well, 1. I'm measuring it from the end of this thing. That's my problem. Yeah. So we established we're doing it on here for some reason. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's the right location. And there's a 5 now, right? Yeah. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I think we use another 3 gap. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's not a bad length actually for the yeah. It's not quite the same. I think this is actually not bad in terms of measurements. So this is basically going to be a large window. This is going to be a large window. This is going to be the central column. Yeah. Building big houses is not easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, let's just go. I'm curious to see if this is a. We'll just go like that length and see what length that is. Right. 1, 2, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, it's 14. So these are all even lengths at this point, right? We have even lengths with odd spacing. So yeah, just decided to do that. Now, when we think about the overall shape of this thing, there's going to be 2 floors. Huh. The overall shape of it. That is an interesting question. That is a very interesting question. I almost want to do the... I want to have some elements from the previous one, actually. Or do I? The problem is I'm thinking about the side bits now. It's fair enough. Because now what we want to do is do a more... I'm always thinking let's not do it rounded at all. Let's make it really... Because the thing is I haven't done this before. Making stuff rounded is sometimes a recipe for disaster. And also I don't really know if I like the round shape. I kind of like the square shape. We can do like the turn, like like you do in a cylinder, or you do. The question is, do you want to have? Is it important to have like high? Just thinking like how the roof might look. Could do the sides really high. Nah, I don't want it. It's tough though. It's tough to really work out how to do this. I think just because we're using we're using like a square shape, so we'll do everything in a square way, right? I think we've got like a good shape here though in general to work with. Combining even with odd and then, So let's think how we might want to go around the corner here. You're right there, I can't pronounce your name. Guel? Is that like Miguel? I can pronounce Miguel, but not your name. I'll just yeah. I wonder if that's interesting. But anyway, Miguel is a famous singer, isn't he? I think so. Anyway. So we need to go... I think we'll go round... Maybe like this. I don't know. I think when in doubt, try and do something which is like, we can't really go like that though, because we have to respect what's going on here. Let's use the path as an indication of where we might want to go. Right, so we don't really want to dip. Yeah. Do I really even want to go that far? No, I think we're going to go closer. We're going to do that. And then we can do the 2. Nope. Nope. Yeah, because you see the thing is, right, is it's all going to be connected up anyway. And in a way, there's not necessarily a huge benefit to not doing it like this. So yeah, we'll just do a 1, 2, 2 there. If we go 1, 2, 2, yeah, and then that, yeah, 1. Just thinking, maybe the thing is, like, when you're turning a corner, it's like you don't get that. I've only really got these spots to turn the corner, and I don't want to go like. I want to be I want to be a slight distance away from here. I don't want to obstruct. 1 is not enough here, for my opinion. So what we could do is stick with the 2. We could either do a 1, 3. We could do, because we only got these 3 spots to work with. Right. So if it's going to be like 1, 3, then we've got. Yeah, we can go 2 now. Yeah, that's what I said, 2, right? So do we want to go like there? That looks a bit cleaner, I think. Because you've got to remember that this is going to be a much larger distance anyway. I mean, is it the same at the back? It's not the same at the back, is it, right? No. So the walkway. Now, do we have like an atrium through here? It's almost like this is going to be such a like important spot. So we established this was 14, right? So if we go through. Wait. That's the 3. That's the third one. So we use the atrium won't be there. The atrium is here, right? Yeah. The atrium has to be smaller than that. Okay. Hi Lucas, how you doing? Okay, atrium is there. So we've already started. We can see where this room is coming from, right? So yeah, so probably the entrance to the room. The entrance to the room is not going to be. I feel like it has to be earlier. We'll do the entrance to the room there. Yeah. Okay. So that's what have I just done there? Yeah, we'll make the entrance to the room 2 for now. We can always change it. I mean, that's not a huge deal. Okay, so then the next thing to think about is Let's just put that on this side as well. So we got the 1, the 3, and then the low. Okay. Let's get this side done. So it's the 1, the 3, and then loads of them. I think if we're gonna thinking about like, okay, it's not about yeah. I almost don't know, like, not sure how the atrium will look. Man, it's difficult thinking about how the windows might go. Do you want to have like, is there going to be like multiple rooms? I feel like there has to be multiple rooms in something like this. I haven't done a build like this big though, so this is going to be interesting. The problem is I haven't really seen like how you even do the backs of these things. So maybe I won't yeah, maybe I'll just start with this and then see like what we can actually build from here. If I build like a window, might be able to have some sort of idea about what I want to do here. Because I'm not really sure what to do at this stage. Let's build a window. All right, we're going to want okay. We're keeping these because these are important textures. I don't know how yet, but we are having to use them. So for a window, we need to use our acacia. And the andesite. Let's make it all out of andesite for now. Polished andesite. So remember, these are the only blocks we're allowed to use. Regular andesite, polished andesite, and we do at least have access to a few different slabs. No, but no stairs or walls allowed. Okay. Let's make it really imposing, right? We'll just see we'll just do the diagonal for now. Is that a big window? It's not big enough. It needs to be bigger, right? Yeah. It's not going to be that big, but it's going to be bigger, like bigger than normal, my normal. It's like the portcullis, right? How does it do? You can't have the window going straight from the ground. That makes no sense. Do we even need to go in like this? Let's do the bottom of the window first, actually. It's going to annoy me, this, so I'm just going to fill it just so I can get back a bit. Just thinking like. The thing is, we don't really have a huge amount of options with slabs here. Because the thing is, I know what it normally looks like, these buildings. The window is normally higher up. So let's just make the window higher up. You know, let's not waste time being pointless about this. Yeah, we can't. We just can't. I just wanted to check one thing about the end rods. And that is how the glass affixes to them. We've got to use a glass that's suitable. Probably cyan. Doesn't really work with it. It works better there. But you can't replace this with anything, right? The thing is that won't really work like that. I think we need to not exaggerate too much about what we need to do. I really want a frame though. I really would love to be able to do something like that. To have a frame of the window. Is there no way I can do something like that with windows? Can't, like, forget about these, right? I can't really. The only other way to do it is literally to have a block in the way. But it's not what I want. It may be what we have to do though. I'm just thinking like where I might want to do this from. Let's look at the numbers now. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got 6 to work with, right? So we did something like that. Let me just put these here for a moment. Problem is there's no way to do this. There is literally no way to do it. You have to just put the whole thing as a window. And it has to be panes, right? Because blocks make no sense. I think that's just something you just have to realise. Where's my andesite at? Let's make sure it's all polished andesite. Well, we'll see. This is gonna be fun placing it. Yeah, having anything other than just this is gonna be awkward to place, isn't it? I mean, that's fine. Can I just? I wonder if I can just. Okay. Let's start with that, and then we might be able to... Yeah. Let's just not waste time. The thing is, I've done so many like unusual builds. Let's make something really, you know, really standard and boring, and just hope for the best. Yeah, I don't think it's that unusual to have the windows that low. Yeah, it's not that unusual. You can always make them one higher. We'll just do, maybe we'll do like each one slightly differently. Okay, so just 2 levels of this. I don't know, I've been streaming a while now, that's probably enough, to be honest. It's going to mean for the next time we have to do some pretty mundane tasks. I don't know. Kind of enjoying it though, maybe I will just do a long stream. Because I just haven't built like this, like just really boring stuff. I see a lot of, it's mainly what people do. But let's just try and build the boring stuff, right? And we'll get to the acacia. We will get to the acacia. For some reason I was thinking it was going to be the other way around, but guess not. Don't get me wrong, I'm not sure how these are even going to connect. I probably need some other stone for it, won't I? I need like cobblestone or something. I really haven't done these builds yet. I always sort of shied away from just using cobblestone and stuff. But I guess it's what you have to do. At least I'm doing it in a weird and unusual way. With corals. Why is it not connect? I guess. Yeah, we won't worry too much about this. I don't know why, but for some reason I never thought of just placing glass like this. It is a little bit awkward, but what can you do, right? And then on the next one I just won't. But at least when you have like something like this, you can actually think about like, how you can actually connect the whole thing up. And I think in general it will help me to improve overall. Oops. Nice. Just do the other. Let's just do the other windows at this point. What I might do is just to use the corridor here to define the shape of the house. This area might define the shape of the house. Weirdly, it reminds me of the last one I just did. But anyway, You know what? I might just leave it. Not really enough interaction in the chat to really warrant going for too long. So that's it.